Before the video starts, I do have to state that I do not have any ties with Gaijin Entertainment in regards to like paid partnership or anything. I'm just making this video because I chose to. The recent decisions taken by the Wargaming Group and the impacts it could have on the future of World of Tanks Blitz has urged me to put forward a video like this. As I'm sure we've all heard by now, World of Tanks Blitz is forging their own demise. They're cutting core features from the game, implementing new systems most players don't even want, and ultimately betraying their fan base. Let's get into it. So with Reforged coming out in a few months, there's certainly a lot to say. The graphics do look great, and I'm sure the new physics engine will be awesome for you guys that do play World of Tanks Blitz, but they are messing up with a lot of other changes. One of the largest issues I've heard is that they're completely removing the tech tree. Supposedly, they will be replacing it with a system of similar tanks in a line, though not a full tech tree, that will have some vehicles that were from the previous events and the standard vehicles as well that you can currently research. For those who don't have these rarer vehicles, it does seem great, but removing the ability to grind whatever tech tree you want is removing one of the core features of the game. Heck, I'm happy that War Thunder Mobile announced that we'll be getting a tech tree later this year, because it's the ability to choose from whatever you want that's special to the player base and makes them feel in control of their choices. Removing this and making seemingly more random lines is not helpful. This doesn't mention the fact that it'll be pretty expensive to progress too. From what I've been told, event or rare vehicles, even after researching them, will still need to be bought with a large amount of gold. So you're being forced into researching them when you might not even be able to buy it anyway. You even have to pay to get new upgrade paths through in-game currency, which is going to be fairly sparse by the looks of it. Those are going to be the keys for those of you who have been up to date on the super test. If you want to level up quickly like you could by just grinding currently, you'll have to spend a long time and get vehicles you don't want, or just skip it all by paying with real money. They are also removing the modification feature of the game, where you'd be able to select whatever improvements you like to apply to your tank. Instead, they're swapping it out with a pilot system, which reminds me of pilots from War Robots. They started out fine there, but eventually, to get the best ones, you'd either have to wait multiple months or pay outright. Apparently for Blitz, some pilots will be locked behind a paywall indefinitely as well. This is completely unnecessary and is damaging to the player base. One other thing is the introduction of a new form of currency in Blitz called Steel. I don't remember what it does, but I do know the effects of adding unnecessary currency to video games. War Robots started adding currencies a lot back in the day, and now I believe they have like 10 or more, all of which do extremely different things and are very confusing to newer players. All this to say, typically when they do something like this, they are splitting your spendings into different currencies so they can overall make more of a profit out of you. Now I'm going to cover some differences between Blitz and War Thunder Mobile because I have been asked to do so. First of all, these games cater to very different audiences. War Thunder or War Thunder Mobile has appealed to a audience that is more in favor of a one-shot, one-kill style gameplay, where if you do well and you are actively knowing in where to shoot, you're easily going to get kills and you're easily going to win. It also is a lot more authentic to the experience of actually using the vehicle in regards to tanks, aircraft, and naval. On the other hand, World of Tanks Blitz has appealed to an audience which doesn't like to delve into the details of each vehicle so much, that being with very early prototypes and much more, but are casual players more so. Blitz takes skill as well, of course, but it's a different overall experience. You can tank 2 shots from a tank destroyer and still survive, but even if you do so, you're only on 1 life, whereas on War Thunder Mobile, you have multiple vehicles that you can use in one battle. That goes for ground and aviation, but not for naval. You do only have 1 vehicle for naval. Secondly, it is important for the World of Tanks Blitz veterans that switching over to War Thunder Mobile has a decent amount of learning curves in itself if you are interested, which can be easily overcome by the use of tactical decision making and hands-on learning. A major factor that comes to mind is acquiring a premium vehicle in War Thunder. A lot of the times we've seen people say that the premium vehicles are actually like really overpowered. In their way, they may seem like it, but in all reality, it is extremely balanced. No premium vehicle in War Thunder Mobile has a massive advantage over all others that the others don't have in some form or another. For example, if you're using the mouse in War Thunder Mobile, there are tanks that will be able to penetrate you and go through your armor. There'll be lighter tanks that can penetrate you through the sides by flanking. And even if you can't do that from where you are, you can call in an artillery strike where the mouse is, or you could use CAS to destroy that target. There may be some instances where your vehicle may be the most powerful on the battlefield, but War Thunder is all about your display of skills and not your wallet. So keep your eyes open and hold that minimap close to you like your life depends on it, because it partially does. But as it is with all games, dumb players exist and can be a deciding factor between a swift victory and a crushing defeat. So try not to act dumb. The possibilities of gameplay in a map are endless, unlike in World of Tanks Blitz, where the maps seem to have fixed paths and most of the clashes take place in certain areas. If you play Blitz a lot, you'll know that some heavies typically go to one side, some light tanks typically go to another, and that's kind of constant. Because of your one-shot ability in War Thunder Mobile, you are able to go pretty much anywhere you please, and as long as you're able to kill a target, you should be fine with going pretty much anywhere. Of course, going out in the open isn't as recommended, but it can be done, and even from there, in certain tanks, you should be able to manage the battlefield from there. One of the most helpful features in War Thunder Mobile is the kill cam. Because damage in War Thunder Mobile is modular, the kill cam shows you where exactly you got damaged and to what degree. You can also use it to see where your ammo rack is when you die, and perhaps the ammo rack of an enemy's if you guys are using the same tank. This feature can help you learn about your vehicle. So in the due process of playing, you're also contributing and progressing in the learning curve of War Thunder Mobile. If any of you veterans from World of Tanks Blitz want to try something new and have a passion to learn, you could be one of the top players of War Thunder Mobile for sure. Some of you who may be willing to shift to War Thunder Mobile after checking out this video, I do have a special note for you guys. Most of you may be in need of a server where you can meet some of the experienced players in the War Thunder community and myself. This server has been hosted by my friend who helped me in the making of this video. Be sure to check out the 422nd KA Heavy Tank Battalion Discord server. Link to it will be in the description. And I hope you guys have enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys again in the next one.